Hi, welcome to the channel, Transformation, Multidimensional Healing. My name is Craig Hankey. I am a holistic healer, empath, and intuitive. On this channel, I'll be sharing all sorts of practical healing information to help empower each one of us on our own unique personal ascension journeys. I'll be including information on Ascension first aid, practical help dealing with ascension symptoms on the physical and also energetic levels, ease of digestion-based nutritional healing, the stress-free way of eating that I've been following for more than 30 years. This dietary approach was developed by my mentor, a very gifted psychic, medical, intuitive, and nutritional counselor after working with thousands of bodies. Holistic healing information of all kinds to support personal healing on all levels of your being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Simple yet powerful self-healing tools and techniques you can apply right now in your daily life. Intuitive multidimensional wisdom and downloads covering a broad range of topics. And energy updates, including shifts and processes I'm personally going through, as well as shifts happening in the collective. So if all that sparks your interest and resonates with you, then I invite you to join me on this unprecedented journey of personal and collective transformation that we're all going through. If you would, please click the subscribe button below. As a brand new channel, every subscriber is a super big deal. So thank you in advance. And away we go. Rebirth. I'm done with that. I'm right on track. I'm done with that. I'm right on track. I'm done with that. I'm right on track. Time for rebirth. Humanity, the Earth, and the entire cosmos is in the midst of an unprecedented energetic upgrade, escalating vibrational frequencies known as the Ascension process, or the shift into the fifth dimension and beyond. In this profound shift of ages, we are moving from a linear, dualistic, fear-based 3D reality to a spherical, timeless, heart-centered, and love-based 5D plus reality with full multidimensional consciousness. These cyclical periods of ascending energies have occurred throughout the long history of Gaia, but this is the very first time that we're attempting to hold on to our physical bodies while making this dramatic energetic shift. One of the major things I wanted to start out sharing with all of you is the cumulative effects our bodies have been experiencing from all of the heavy solar activity. We're now at solar maximum of solar cycle 25 for possibly the next year, and we've been constantly experiencing unprecedented numbers of solar flares, CMEs, and geomagnetic storms like the big storm we had this past week. During the late summer and fall of 2024, we were having M and X-class flares every day. We had 26 flares in one 24-hour period. In addition to the solar flares, which shower us in radiation across the electromagnetic spectrum, including X-rays and gamma rays, we're also moving through the photon belt for the first time in 12,000 years, as well as being constantly bombarded by all sorts of galactic and cosmic energies as multiple universal energetic cycles overlap and coalesce at once. While the solar maximum and these other high vibrational energies are a prime driver of awakening higher consciousness on the planet, our bodies are definitely struggling to keep up. Remember, we are carrying our physical bodies through this ascension process for the very first time. Our bodies have no reference for these unprecedented shifts and changes. Our bodies are literally being transfigured down to the molecule, increasing our vibrational frequency and shedding density to keep up with the escalating energies of the ascension process. While super exciting on an energetic, spiritual, and ascension level, light codes, activations, and upgrades, oh my! The physical effects have been and will continue to be really intense. The fact is, we're all experiencing some level of radiation poisoning in our bodies. In fact, many of the most common ascension symptoms are actually due to radiation poisoning. One of the most universal effects from the solar flares and radiation is digestive and intestinal issues. The powerful surges of radiation have been killing off the healthy bacteria in our gut biome, leading to all sorts of digestive distress. We've been seeing it in people, in our animals, and also with the plants in the garden. Again, the healthy bacteria and other microorganisms in the soil biome, essential for the uptake of nutrients by the plants, being negatively affected by all of the off-the-charts solar, galactic, and cosmic radiation. So really, all physical life on the planet is being affected and stressed by the constant radiation across the electromagnetic spectrum. One of the biggest challenges with the constant solar flares and influxes of high vibrational energies is the fact that our bodies don't have time to fully recover between bursts of radiation and energy before getting stressed yet again by another powerful surge. This can lead to a downward spiral of escalating symptoms as the body gets overloaded with toxins and nutrient levels continue to drop. Are we having fun yet? We did all sign up for this cosmic rodeo. I guess we forgot to read the fine print in the incarnational brochure disclosing that our physical bodies would be thoroughly microwaved and transfigured by solar radiation during the ascension process. Oopsie daisy, missed that one. To deal with this constant radiation poisoning, our bodies have been calling for 3 very simple yet crucial and effective supports on a daily basis. The first simple daily remedy for dealing with the constant radiation poisoning in our bodies is miso. Miso is a nutrient-dense superfood which contains vitamins, minerals, and beneficial microorganisms. In addition to all of these benefits and more, miso has been scientifically proven to protect against radiation and to help remove radioactive components from the body. Among other compounds, miso contains diplocalonic acid, which is an alkaloid that binds heavy metals and radioactive ions and discharges them from the body. You can research online the profound healing effects miso had on the local populations after the disasters at both Hiroshima and Nagasaki after the horrors of the atomic bombings in the 1940s, and more recently after the nuclear disaster at Chernobyl in the mid-80s. I know those examples sound dramatic and extreme, but we're in unprecedented territory in this ascension process, with our bodies being bombarded by levels of radiation across the electromagnetic spectrum that we've never encountered before while holding on to our physical bodies. Miso is a fermented food made from soybean salt and koji, a fungus which creates probiotics. It has been used for thousands of years in Eastern cultures as a daily diet staple. Miso contains live cultures of beneficial bacteria, including prebiotics and probiotics, making it a powerful tool to replenish our struggling gut biomes. Remember, the constant radiation is killing off the beneficial bacteria in our digestive systems, and miso is a simple and easy way to help rebuild the populations of the microorganisms crucial to our digestive and overall health. Because the incoming energies are nonstop, it is super important to keep replenishing and rebuilding our beneficial gut microorganisms on a daily basis. Miso has also been shown to be an overall super healer, relieving fatigue, regulating intestinal functions, aiding digestion, protecting against gastric ulcer, lowering cholesterol and blood pressure, helping with inflammation, and even as a possible cancer preventative. Miso really is a truly miraculous food. And in terms of the ascension symptoms, it's a double whammy, helping with both the radiation and digestion. Some suggestions for using miso. It's ideal to get a miso that has been fermented at least 180 days. The longer the fermentation process, the stronger the chemical components and benefits. You want to be taking at least a half teaspoon of miso paste every day. I personally drink a little miso broth every morning and find it very nourishing and satisfying. My body just lights up like, thank you. Now remember, you don't want to boil miso or add boiling water to make your miso broth. Temperatures above 115 degrees start destroying the probiotic bacteria and beneficial organisms. So stick with very hot water and you should be fine. If you do go above those temperatures, say for instance in cooking dishes with miso, you'll still get the healing effects on the radiation, but will lose some of the effectiveness of the beneficial microorganisms. The second simple daily remedy for dealing with the constant radiation poisoning in our bodies is yogurt. Again, because the radiation is killing off the beneficial bacteria and microorganisms in our bodies, we need to constantly rebuild and replenish our gut biome on a daily basis. Yogurt is an ideal food for this because it is so rich in beneficial bacteria and microorganisms, and it is so easy for the body to digest and process. It will help rebuild the good flora in our digestive tracts. It is also proven to improve digestion, reduce inflammation in the gut, increase nutrient absorption, and boost immune function. Most people who have issues with dairy can usually digest yogurt with no problems. Because the lactose molecules are mostly broken down in the culturing process, yogurt is basically pre-digested. It is also worth noting here that not producing enough lactose digestive enzymes is a sign of nutritional deficiencies, where the body is lacking the proper resources to create enough digestive enzymes. You want to be eating at least a half cup of a high-quality, organic, whole milk, plain yogurt with as many live and active cultures as possible on a daily basis. Keep it plain and simple, and add your own quality fruits and sweeteners like maple syrup at home. Those sugary commercial yogurt products just aren't going to do the trick. And also keep in mind that it's all about the vibration of your food and ingesting as many high vibration foods as possible. So be sure to source your yogurt from quality producers. Even better, make your own yogurt at home using local raw cow or goat milk. It's a really simple process, and there's no better way of assuring the quality of your food. While yogurt seems to be the best for most bodies, kefir is also an excellent source of beneficial bacteria and microorganisms. Once again, though, it is all about quality. You want an organic plain kefir, no sugar or stuff added. Add that stuff at home. Making your own kefir from locally produced cow or goat milk is an easy way to guarantee the quality and the high vibration of your end product. It's also possible to make kefir water. So explore kefir a little bit and have fun. If you eat plant-based, you can find vegan yogurts, but once again, make sure of the quality. Organic, as many live and active cultures as possible. Go for plain, no sugar or added stuff, and make those additions at home where you can control what goes into your food. To keep replenishing our gut biomes, we also need to increase our consumption of all kinds of fermented products in general. Fermented foods like kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, sourdough, etc. Fermentation makes foods easier to digest by breaking down nutrients and increasing bacteria and probiotics in your gut. While bodies generally prefer food-based sources of beneficial bacteria and microorganisms, you can also consider an over-the-counter prebiotic or probiotic supplement. Always make sure to get the highest quality product you can. Those kept in the refrigerated section of the store keep their potency longer. Just bear in mind that these kind of supplements can be expensive and are generally less effective than food sources and are much more difficult for your body to process and utilize in an efficient way. So my overall recommendation, stick with cultured and fermented foods if at all possible. But if not, try a simple acidophilus supplement to start. There is more and more research emerging every day as to how essential a healthy gut biome is to our overall health and wellness. They're calling it our second brain for a reason. But with the constant waves of radiation compromising our beneficial intestinal organisms, it's super crucial to be replenishing our gut biome on a daily basis. The third simple daily remedy for dealing with the constant radiation poisoning in our bodies is increasing our intake of B vitamins. B vitamins are crucial for nearly every function of our bodies. Without the proper levels and balance of the entire B complex, our bodies just can't perform their most essential processes. And because B vitamins are water soluble, the body has no way to store these important nutrients, which is why most people are deficient in at least one, if not all, of the B complex. Add to that the fact that stress truly gobbles up B vitamins, so even under the best of circumstances, most people need some kind of daily B vitamin supplementation. Now that we're in the midst of these ever-increasing ascension energies and constant radiation stress, we need to be diligent about keeping our daily intake of B vitamins as high as possible. We always want our bodies to have access to the resources they need to keep functioning at their best. Our bodies have never encountered these levels of continuous stresses that we're currently experiencing. And the energies, frequencies, and vibrations are only going to keep escalating as we carry our physical bodies forward through this ascension process for the very first time. So bodies almost always prefer their B vitamins through food-based supplements, which the body recognizes as food and are the easiest for the body to process and assimilate. Wheatgrass and wheatgrass juice powders contain most of the B complex vitamins. Barley grass and barley grass juice powders are also excellent sources of most of the B vitamins. Bee pollen is a superfood containing almost all of the vitamins in varying quantities. Brewers and nutritional yeast are good sources of most of the B vitamins and are sometimes fortified with extra B12. Molasses also contains some of the B vitamins and is an excellent source of iron. Beef liver powder is a great source of the entire B complex, including high amounts of B12. Just make sure you're using a high-quality grass-fed beef liver from as clean a location as possible, such as Argentinian beef liver powder. In addition to these food-based supplements, it's a good idea to eat foods high in B vitamins as well. Beef, chicken, turkey, pork, salmon, tuna, trout, liver, and organ meats. Eggs, yogurt, milk, and other dairy products. Avocados, dark leafy greens and spinach. Beets and potatoes. Legumes, which should always be sprouted. Sunflower seeds and some nuts. Some other plant-based sources of B12 include seaweeds, mushrooms, and fermented foods. And although bodies usually prefer food-based sources for B vitamins, in these over-the-top stressful and frenetic times, you may need to add in a commercial B supplement. A liquid B complex is the best choice, with methylated versions of B6, B12, and folate. The liquid version is much easier for your body to process and assimilate than capsules or tablets. And you also want to take a complete B complex because the entire family of B vitamins need to be in balance to function properly together. One can't be utilized without the others. So leave your super B12 supplement on the shelf for now. One of the reasons it's always found in such mega doses is because it's very difficult for the body to absorb. So, summing up quickly, to deal with the constant stresses of the ascension process and the accompanying radiation poisoning from all of the solar flares and incoming cosmic energies, our bodies have been calling for these 3 simple remedies on a daily basis. A half teaspoon of miso paste to bind and discharge radiation from the body, as well as rebuild our gut biome with beneficial microorganisms. At least a half cup of high-quality, organic, plain, whole milk yogurt to replenish the beneficial bacteria in our guts. If not yogurt, then kefir. And if you're dairy-free, add as many fermented foods into your daily diet as you can. And we all need to be eating more fermented foods in general. And finally, increase your intake of the entire vitamin B complex, ideally through food-based supplements and foods high in Bs, though if necessary, use a complete liquid B complex. These are the 3 basic first steps to dealing with physical ascension symptoms, particularly digestive issues. Try these out and see how your body responds. In the next video in this series, I'll be talking about additional simple steps to take if you're doing these 3 basic remedies daily but are still having digestive issues. I hope you found this information helpful. There are so many solutions and so much support we can give our bodies through these unprecedented shifts in vibration and consciousness. If you're interested in more practical self-healing information, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Since this is a new channel, every new subscriber is a super duper big deal, so thank you in advance. And as always, I am available for individual client sessions. I offer 2 types of one-on-one sessions: ease of digestion-based nutritional healing with intuitive diet workups and intuitive counseling, and general intuitive sessions providing intuitive guidance and counseling, as well as whole being life coaching. For more information on my offerings and services, check out my website at ascensionfirstaid.com. See you next time in love and light.